Hey MySQL learners, in this session I will be teaching about SQL joins. Let's dive straight into the demo. I will be using a schema called ecom store, and I'm creating a table first called T1 with one column. The column name is C1, and I'm inserting these two values in this table, 1 and 2. I'm creating another table called T2 with a column called C1. I'm inserting these two values again into table T2, 1 and 3. So it's 1 and 2 here and 1 and 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and run a commit to make my changes permanent. So I'm going to be just querying these two tables just to show you the records. T1 has 1 and 2, T2 has 1 and 3. Of course, a join is an operation that joins two tables, and we have all these different types of joins. We'll go one by one and understand what they are. So this is the syntax. So select a column list that you're selecting. So we're joining T1 and T2, and then we are specifying the kind of join that we are making, and then we also have this on keyword, and then comes the condition on which the table is joined. So I'm going to go ahead and run this query and see what happens. As you can see, this query, this inner join, has returned the value 1. So that means actually, so it returns the values that exist in both the tables that match. So that's what inner join does. So let's just change it to a left join. Go ahead and run it. Now the left join is going to return all the values from your left table, which is T1. So T1 has values 1 and 2, or the rows 1 and 2, and then T2, it's going to return only the matching values, and then for this value which only exists in table T1, it's going to return a null. And then I'm going to change it to right join, and as you might have guessed, it's going to return all the values from table T2. In the places where there is no matching value, it's going to return a null. So let's see if that happens. So that's what we expected. So we got all the rows from T2, and then for 3 there is no matching value in T1. That position has null value. Now we'll jump quickly to a union, and then we'll come back to a full join. A union is basically gonna look like this. So two queries, and then in between we have the union keyword. Let's see what it returns. You can see that it's returned 1, 2 and 3. So that's actually the rows from both the tables, but it's kind of like combined the data and then smushes them together, and then you have 1, 2 and 3. And then let's run the same query with a slight difference. We'll put union all, and then we'll see what happens. And that's returned 1, 2 and 1, 3. So that's returned all the data from both the tables, but except this time we have duplicate values. So a union gets rid of all the duplicate values. It's almost like a set where you have a unique set of data. A union all returns all the values including duplicate data. Jumping back to full join, we don't have a full join keyword. So rather we do full join this way in MySQL. So basically you have a similar query where you're joining T1 and T2, a left join first on this one column that we have, and then you have another query again joining T1 and T2 on this one column, but then we are doing a union of these two, and that's going to return the data from both the tables. We have 1, 2, these two are matching. Then for 2 there is no matching value, so it returns a null. For 3 there is no matching value in T1, it returns a null over here. So this is a full join. That's basically all the joins, all different types of joins that you can do in MySQL. I hope this example was clear, and I'll see you guys in my next session.